Yo, 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 what up, guys? What's up, YouTube? Trader to the Living here again with the Pulsar 23. Um, this thing has been taking all of my time lately. It's just an absolute happy accident, wonderful instrument that I'm really enjoying. It's shaping into it's been shaping a lot of new different approaches to music and writing and stuff. So just I always like when an instrument just kind of I don't know, just gives you new ideas. But this thing is pretty amazing. Made this crazy patch. Hey, what's up, Synth Fun? Can you hear me okay? Hopefully. Looks like the audio levels are good. Let me see, I might need to turn the mic up just a little. Just a hair. I'm trying not to clip. I watched one of my streams a little bit back. Someone made a comment that I need a limiter, and made some adjustments, so hopefully the audio is better. Yeah, man, I'm just hanging out. The Pulsar 23. I made this patch today. Used almost every cable I have. I think I only have just modulating the shit out of it. Oh no, I got a few more. I got a handful, so we can even add to it as we go. But I thought I'd jump on and I don't know, just hear you fine. Right on. Thank you. Appreciate it. How you doing? Synth Fun, you good today? It's just about the weekend for all. Spring is here. The weather is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to get out of the studio here tomorrow. We're going to go up to some nature, take the kids out, and going to go to this place where we like to go in the summers. And I don't know how much snow's still out there, but I don't think a lot with as hot as it's been. We're at 80 degrees here, which is crazy. For this time of year, it's usually pretty cold. We didn't get much snow, strangely, here this summer. I know the East Coast got dumped on and stuff. But anyway, guys, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing going and just play this, mess around with this patch, this beat that I made, and take it from there. Chuck. All right. I got to mess with my levels here, so... Let's see what we got. Why is that all coming through already? Oh, because of that. Okay. All right, here we go. Doing great. Right on, man. Glad to hear that. Snare. I don't know why it got all phased out like that, but we'll mess with that in a second. Bring in the hi-hat. Maybe take the delay down a little. Bring in the bass module. Nice spring weather today. Nice. Hell yeah. I'm just gonna kind of mess around with this patch and see where it takes us. Oh yeah, dude. DFAM is dope. Love the DFAM. I have 2 of them. I want to do a jam. I want to do a incorporate a jam with the DFAMs and the Soma here coming up. With maybe I don't know, have like Mother or Subharmonicon doing something over it. But yeah, DFAMs forever, absolutely. This machine does sound great though, doesn't it? It's unique. For sure sounds good. Yeah. What's up, Comestic? Thank you. Yeah, this thing's cool. Appreciate you guys dropping by. I hope everyone, you are well today. It's a beautiful, lovely day. So I do have the noise I was using on the main mix just to bring in. I think I'm going to take that off. I took that off of the mix. So right now that is going to... Just using the noise to modulate some stuff. But I think... I got that right now. Okay, so I got 2 modulation source. I put it on an attenuator. Whoops, dropped the cable. Just so I could have a little control. But I'm going to take this one over to here. I guess it doesn't matter. But I want to make more room on this one. So I'm going to... These alligator clips can be kind of a pain in the butt, I ain't going to lie. But they're cool. I do like how many you can get onto one thing. And so, I don't know. Maybe let's take that and put it on the... Definitely a fun machine. Let's see what else we got. We got this other noise. Let's see where we put this. Let's put this onto the hi-hat maybe. Let's put my hi-hat up here. cool. What up, Banana Rider? Welcome, sir. There we go. Shape. Already got 2 on there, but let's see if I can get underneath. Sometimes it gets hard. Pretty sick, huh? What up, Larry? Sounds sick. Yeah, thanks, dude. It's a crazy patch I made this afternoon. Thinking about maybe messing with the tempo. See what happens when we slow it down. Sometimes you mess with the tempo, you just turn it into a totally different beat. Let's get a different vibe going for a minute. Totally different song, same beat. I kind of liked where we were there. We'll mess with this for a minute. Whoa. Wow. Just a little bit more balls. This thing has balls, huevos. It always trips me out how much a BPM, a tempo change, like how much it'll change a beat. It's just nuts. Maybe we'll revisit that in a minute. I'm taking it back up and try something else. But yeah, I'm kind of digging this thing. I think, you know what's funny about this thing is like, if you find something like this, like I can't shut it off. Like you can't save anything. I gotta like go into my DAW and record it, or or like put it onto something. I have to like document it if I want to ever hear it again, because I'm gonna hit reset. It's hard to get to that one sometimes. So if you make something, you want to reset it so that it kind of restarts everything on the one. Go way fast with it, see what else. Turn it into something insane. I think that's a pretty good tempo. I do like it kind of slow though. You know what I want to do, just for fun, is I'm gonna take, there's a 10 volts CV here. I want to put that onto one of the attenuators. Oh boy, I'm almost out of cables. I got 2 left, 3 left. Perfect, that's just what I need. And then I'm going to come out of there, and let's see, go to the clock, go to the trigger. Kind of maybe just change this up for a second, see what happens. Let's turn it down and drone it. And then I got I'll have 2 triggers, so in theory I should be able to turn the attenuator off and go into the drum beat. And then we'll come into, how about, we'll turn it up in a second. Just gonna try something out, guys. This thing's just all about experimentation for me, you know what I mean? Oh shit, what the heck, something came off. Oh, that was this one, okay. Damn it. I almost want to buy another bag of clips now. This is the first time I've used them all. I've never used all of them. I got 1 left. So let's just drone it out and see what. Get some trippy drone action going. I don't know. What should I do? The hi-hat or the snare for the last one? We'll just experiment and see what happens. Let's see here. Put it on the hi-hat. Let's try the hi-hat. That's pretty crazy, actually. So that's kind of crazy. So then if I take this down, the drum beat should come back. All the way down. Yeah. That's kind of cool. So you could, that'd be a good way to like do, that'd be kind of a cool way to do like a change up. You know what I mean? Is have, because you have these attenuators, you can like have some separate triggers going. And then say you have the beat going. Right? And then you can like just, I don't know, just some ideas for way to do change ups. I mean, you can do, I can program different patterns and stuff, but just ideas for stuff to do, you know, just playing it live and just having fun, just experimenting. There's so many crazy possibilities with this thing, guys. It's insane. Like, I mean, it feels like it's almost endless. If we can take it really low. Make it totally different. Could just come up with like totally different beats out of the same patch, doing that without even having to resequence or anything or change it. It's kind of, it is cool, huh? And let's do this. Let's take this one down. So let's change this one way up. Kind of crazy. Mess with the envelope here. Yeah, just come trippy ideas. Multi-triggers. Wish I had more cables. I'll have to run down to Home Depot, get a pack of these. I think I might actually do that. Let's go to Home Depot. I know you can, their little electrical department, they buy a pack of these there. I didn't think I'd ever use all the cables, and there's more I want to do. I want to do some stuff with these switches up here and try more experimentation with these multi-triggers and using the attenuators for different things and just switching up the dude. I'm starting to have like some different ideas, and the way you can modulate the effects and then run the effects into things. It's crazy. Christian Slater and Atari, yes. Oh yeah. One of my all-time favorite movies right here. Oh, hang on. What happened? Yeah, True Romance. Absolute classic. And one of my favorite Atari games, too. I don't know. Just sometimes I like to throw something on there for a little, just spice it up a little bit instead of just the machine. Should I change it out for like a succulent and like? But thanks, man. The aesthetic. This is really evolving. Wow. Shit, sorry. Try and really drive it. Let's get fucking nasty. Send it 10 volts to modulate the time of the delay with the drones on. Let's bring it up. is cool. Don't ever change. Thanks, man. I won't. Me and Hans doing it right. He just got a switchblade. I loved that the first time I saw that, just a switchblade chilling on the bed by the Jeremy. I was like, that's so much better than like a plant. Hans is the man. So it's fun. Here we go. Amazing Sonic landscape. Yeah, it's getting crazy, huh? Let's see where we can go. Modulating the effect. Ooh, damn it. Clipped on. Sorry, guys. That limiter I put on here is not working right. I think I don't have it set for both my mic or the... So now I want to take... Whoa. Where's this yellow one's going there? I'm going to take this one. Oh, that's off the other one. Gets confusing to try and follow the spaghetti, guys. I'm gonna take this off of here real quick and just let's just modulate the effects and see where far we can go. I like that. Damn, I wish I had more cables. I can use my hands though. Can circuit bend with your fingers, but not as far as I want to with one hand. I don't think it works through two hands, right? I don't think so. I haven't tried. No, you gotta be on the same finger. Okay, guys, this is officially the most badass fucking drum machine I have ever had the honor to use. I'm not kidding. This thing is, I've never heard anything close to sounds. I mean, DFAM will be the closest, and it doesn't even get into the same territory with the modules. This thing is fucking awesome. All this territory with the same fucking patch is just wild. And I could clock this all from any other external source. I haven't even gotten into that. I haven't started clocking it with other gear. That's the next mission this weekend, is to start syncing it up. I was thinking maybe the Syntact, because I've been wanting to delve into that new update of Syntact now that it has samples. Might be fun to pair with it, but I think the obvious choice seems to, and what I think it's going to be partnered with permanently, is the Voltage Lab 2, because you could just get all kinds of, I can't even imagine some of the music that's going to be, some of the tracks that are going to be made with those two. that? Is that in the hi-hat? Where's that coming from? Go back into that slower. Man, I totally got to get more cables, guys, because I want to do the thing I was doing with the double trigger to drone it for a change up, and modulate more. I want to modulate these effects even more because I'm getting into some crazy territory there, as well as yeah, I think there's a lot more you could do. I can't believe I went through every cable. But yeah, this thing's... What's up, Tactical MIDI Probes? Gentlemen, how are you guys? See what you guys are saying. This is awesome. Yeah, man, I'm digging it. I haven't seen how to program the pitches. Well, there's, you can tune. I don't know how to program it. You can modulate them. There's not really... there's like a looper section for sequencing, and then you can just modulate stuff and or tune it by hand. Yeah, I don't know if there's like any way to like really program it. Let's see. I like the sound of Hell Yeah Tactical. Has a lot of transient impulse. It really does, dude. It's crazy. You could do an entire ambient album in this thing, I think, with the drone. I can't wait to explore it. Oh, this weekend I'm gonna do as much exploration as I can. That I don't like that tune. Hey, what's up, Matt? I use mine with a BeatStep Pro to program specific stuff. Oh, that's smart, dude. I have a KeyStep Pro. Man, I've always wanted the BeatStep because the pads on that seem like sometimes I wish I would have gotten that one instead. But that's smart. I might try that because you can control the bass and stuff with that. I haven't used a MIDI controller. I haven't actually hooked it up with anything yet. I've just been just spending all of my time that I get in the studio just learning this on its own. And I will... Whoops, my mic is hot. I will... sorry for the hot mic. I will explore it more with other stuff, but that's smart. I like that with the BeatStep because you have the pads. I bet I could find one of those really cheap used. That seems like a dope MIDI controller. Its randomness and probability functions are amazing. Yeah. You know what? There's the KeyStep's got quite a bit of that as well. I think that's going to be the first thing I plug into it because I was just going to use my regular KeyStep or one of my smaller MIDI controllers. But I like that idea. Thank you, sir. I am gonna. I'm definitely, when I plug the first MIDI controller, which I have 4 experiments I want to do this weekend with it. I want to try and clock it with other sources. I wanted to play around with, using a controller to do it and sequencing with other things. And then just more in-depth exploration of some. I'm still not really sure, like, how to use these guys up here. I got to watch Vlad's video again. There was just so much information at first. But I'm starting to figure out, and these switches, I want to start using these. I saw ways to, like, clock those and then go into these, I forgot what they call these, but these bottom ones, which I'm using that you can kind of shorten your gate and stuff with, right? Is I think the purpose of them. So it won't go on so long. It's kind of like, gives it some decay, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I've noticed anyway, but there's a lot of lot of stuff in this thing, and then just getting to know these effects. This effects module is insane. Like it's really like way deeper than I thought. From just and the modulation. There are a few things. I'm not gonna say it's 100% like. There's a few things that I wish you could modulate that you can't, but that's nitpicking. You know what I mean? For everything that you can do on it, it's the possibilities are freaking endless. It feels like. Let's take it back up. That's pretty dope. Saying, man, I get lost in this thing, dude. It's just so much fun. Let's see. Yes, this. Oh, damn it! What happened there? Sorry about that. That was weird. Yes, this is the way. Hang on, I can't. I got glasses right there. It's a way more complex patch than I cook up usually. Sounds great. Yeah, dude, I went a little elaborate. I just started going and ended up like using everything, every patch, every cable I had. It's pretty nuts. But I'm kind of digging it. I'm gonna have to record it before I shut it off because it's never gonna sound like this again. Hey, George Cheese, what's going on, man? Good to see you. See, top one. You can the diode groove trick. Yeah, I haven't tried that. That's gonna be definitely next on the agenda for these guys. You're talking about these diodes. Yeah. I think I understand it, but I gotta like try it out. You use the clock dividers into that. Is that and then these guys, these switches. I know I watched like a small little thing on that, and I need to read through the manual again. This thing, it does so much, you know. Let's see. George, what's up? What's up, Larry? I'm scared. You should be scared. Very, very scared. Banana Rider. Let's see. Guys. Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys all stopping by and hanging out. Totally fucking digging this thing, dude. I feel like it's got to be the most insane drum machine ever made. I mean, I'm kind of glad. I really still do want the Tempest just for certain reasons, but this thing just brings way more different. I mean, I have drum synthesizers and drum synthesis already, but the Tempest is also, you know, a 6-voice polyphonic analog synth too, right? So I mean, eventually I might still get the Tempest. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to get a TR-1000 one day and mess with that. Not rushing out to buy it at that price, but finding this at the deal I did was like at the right time at that time. It was just, I feel so stoked. This thing has really been inspiring me to do things in a lot of different ways. I just feel like you could do, the potential is pretty freaking insane. This patch went nuts. Maybe I don't even think I could recreate it if I tried. I mean, I know where I started and went, but once I started getting into modulating everything, it starts figuring out the spaghetti, and knowing what you used. It's like, I remember a Sentinella photo. I remember certain parts, but then it got pretty nuts. I'm really stoked. I've never really used attenuators a whole lot. I used the one on my Moog grandmother when when I was using my Moog Sound Studio a lot with the grandmother. I would use like that, and I use it for patches on grandmother. But I've never I've never seen like a use for like a lot of them. Now I'm starting to figure out there's a lot of different things you can do is just for performance aspect of sending different triggers to things and droning things out and stuff like that. Just very, very just could change a whole beat is and just sending it for modulation and stuff, just for changes and just different textures and flavor instead of just keeping the same monotonous beat. And you know what? Somebody told me recently that, oh, that machine is for techno music. That's an electronic techno music beast, which it is. I do not dispute that. It's an absolute beast for making techno, but that's not what I would say this is limited to. People are saying the same thing about that new Hex drums, and that thing looks dope. I got the Percons in this and in the last 2 years, so like I'm done with buying like with drum machines for a minute. Those are both, they're more expensive and better instruments than some of the stuff I've had for years. I mean, this is more than a Hydrasynth desktop or something, or even like a Digitac 2 or Digitone 2. But yeah, hearing somebody say that like, oh, like that machine is strictly for techno, basically is what they were saying. I couldn't disagree more. I mean, I've seen stuff that people do, and hearing some of the tones and soundscapes and the areas I've been getting into, but you have to record it right away. But I think eventually having this like go into the Tonewerk or my MPC or something to sample parts of it would be like super, super good idea, because there'll be times where I get a sound I'm like, that is crazy. I feel the same way about the Voltage Lab too. Sometimes I'll just be patching around and randomly come up with this insane, and that thing, unlike any other analog synth I've ever used, the Voltage Lab 2, and this also is the only other thing that I can think of where sometimes I feel like I get into like acoustic instrument territory and stuff, like weird like Spanish guitars. I hear like percussion and stuff that does not sound like it's coming from a drum machine, like an electronic machine, like real organic sounds that trip me out. and I need to make sure to try and, because the same thing on that. Sometimes I fire it back up, and you can save your sequences. Or wait, can't you? Yeah, I think it'll hold the sequence. You can save like one as you go or whatever. I don't know. That sequencer on that thing is nuts. if it's one of those things that, like, if you don't use it for a month and come back to it, you have to like totally remember. But yeah, really, really excited and stoked on this thing. It's been very, very, very inspiring using it, and I like that. Let's see, you guys are saying, yep, yeah, clock the divider and LFO into the diode. Okay, good, thanks, man. I'll definitely try that. If I had cables, I'd try it right now, but I don't want to take this patch apart yet until when I get off the stream. I'm gonna record some of this in my DAW to either use or chop up later, just so I can document it, because I know for a fact I won't be able to recreate this, which is part of the charm and beauty of the machine. You know what I mean? Let's see, it says dope, hell yeah. Make syncopated rhythms great for kicks instantly. Awesome. Oh, I can't wait to mess with that. Yeah, there's two or three of them, right? Or is it just the top one's the diode, and then I'm not sure. That one looks like it's normally open, and then is there just the one diode? And then the bottom two, I forget what they call these. I started using these ones today. But yeah, that's my goal, is to really figure this out. It seems like with the clock dividers, like this area just goes hand in hand and is clutch for making like really crazy, syncopated stuff and all kinds of. I'm excited to mess with it and learn it. You still don't have a sequential, do you? I do not, Synthfun, and that's a fact that I lament and daily and think about. I've still thought about the form. For a minute there, I was looking at the OB6, but that's more of a Oberheim thing sound, I guess. Yeah, I don't. A lot of people told me to get the Prophet Rev 2, and I don't know. That one is never really, like, I know it's amazing. It sounds great, but it's not. Having room for another full keyboard in here is like, yeah, it's just not going to work. I feel like pretty stoked on the setup that I have at the moment, and there's no room for a big giant, like. And then if they made their desktops, if they made those fit into a regular 19-inch rack, it's like really, really lame that they don't do that. Or else I would save up and get a Prophet 10. That would be the one. That's the one that I most want, would be a Prophet 10. Or probably, like, I think you could modify Prophet 5s to be 10s. Anyway, but I would get a desktop and then just use my Muse or my Quantum, or like one of my full-size keyboards, and just play it from that. But yeah, I definitely, it's still something. I will at some point have a Dave Smith created device in here. But yeah, it's kind of weird that I don't, after all these years, to be honest. I've thought about it. There was times I wanted to buy the Prophet 6. I wanted to, there was, I even, before I got the Muse, was looking at the Trigon, and compared those two together for a while. Really thought of that. And then, the Take 5 was on my radar for a little bit, but then I decided not to go there. TO5, if I was going to get one of those, the TO5 would be the way to go, I think, for the price range and sound you get. But I don't know, man. I think about it sometimes. I don't really need another synthesizer, but it would be cool. If I do get one in the next year, it'll probably be the Form. I do think that thing sounds great. If you look at it as like a 4-voice Pro 1, it becomes a lot more appealing and interesting, I think. And I've been watching people displaying it in that way instead of trying to make it like a 4-voice Prophet 5 or 10 or whatever. I think that is using it in that way more as like. But again, if I did get that, I would probably have to part with another mono synth, and I could do that already. I mean, there's a couple I've gotten recently. I don't know how many analog monosynths does one human need, and I mean, I'm sure the answer for some people is all of them, but for me, it's like, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with I got my little Moog set up of the two towers. the Barp 2600 in Cobol. That's all really the mono synths I really want, except for the base station 2, which I have that in, like, I have a separate little island area over here with Hydra and the Micro Freak, where just, and Digitone just makes them different. It just inspires me differently to have that different setup than all of it. I know, because I no longer, I gave up years ago, like having everything all connected as like one giant thing, separating into different islands of inspiration, and that way you can just switch things out. And then, like, on the main desk is whatever I'm most interested in working on in the moment. Like, I'm trying to learn. It was the GR Mega for a long time, and Tonewerk. Now I've subbed out for a time being. I took a break from those two, because I did use them on several of the new tracks that I have for the upcoming record, and wanted something different textures and sounds for this new one. So, like, the Voltage Lab 2 and the Pulsar 23 are going to be like the two that's going to go next to this, and those will be like for, I don't know, at least a track or two to get out there. But yeah, I definitely, man, it's something I think about often, actually. Like, no, because I've got, I mean, the amount of different companies. I don't really have any Korg set up anymore in here. That's one company I don't have. But there's a lot of other representations. I got Roland and Yamaha and, like, all different, all the big ones. Mainly the one glaring omission from the studio, I think, in the great companies to me is definitely Dave Smith and Sequential. But it'll happen eventually. I'm not in any hurry. This was going to be my only big purchase of this year, but I do think about the form sometimes. I'm going to wait till after Super Booth this year to see what the new is. But I mean, honestly, after having this, I kind of think a Lyra 8 next to it would be super sick. I'm not going to rush out and get those. They're dropping there. You can find them used, good deals used. And I don't think those are going anywhere. They're still in production. There's a lot out in the wild for sale that are, used, good deals. So, but I would love to get the same color. Lyra would be, I think that'd be like pretty sick. Because now, after playing with this, that thing, I'd love to just spend some time exploring with that. But yeah, other than that, I'll see what comes out of Super Booth, and if there's anything like, crazy that catches my eye. But I honestly think I'm gonna go to what I've tried to do before, where anything coming in, something has to go out. And I don't mean necessarily like selling it, but it needs to get put up and away and, like, out of the studio, because the clutter of too much altogether, it affects my creativity sometimes, and I get option paralysis and feel like I don't. That's why the island thing has been helping, like having a little setup with a drum machine and like 2 cents. And then maybe like a sampler, like 4 things at the most, 3 preferably with, and like a couple guitar pedals or something, and then have that as like a separate little thing, instead of, because I come in and I don't like to have to sit there and think about, like, okay, what do I want to use? What am I going to do? And spend time, because I don't get as much time as I want already, and I don't want to spend it like, just like having all these options, and like, it's like the DAW, working in the box. I feel like sometimes I like using my VSTs sometimes, and I love like being in I use Studio One, and I do like it, but I feel like sometimes it's overwhelming, and I start working on something and I just like, I go down this rabbit hole of trying all this stuff, and then, and I end up piling on more stuff to it than I want generally, and then I go back and strip out, plugins and effects and stuff like that, and I don't know. It has to be like a certain, like, amount of gear. It can't be like just everything all at once. And that's just me, my personal. I'm not telling anyone else how to do it. I think a lot of people have stuff up on a shelf, I see, and just pull out a piece and jam on it. What I really, really like to see, that I see people doing is playing with older gear that doesn't get it's always on YouTube and all that. It's always about the new, fresh, cool thing, right? And sure, that's going to get people views and like watch hours or whatever. I get it. But it's cool to see when like even bigger channels and people like use like older pieces of gear, like Jeremy from Red Means Recording using the Digitact 1 lately. Freebeat. If you don't follow Freebeat, he's awesome. His channel's great. He jams like he uses the Electron model cycles still all the time, and I have mad respect for that because I really love the cycles. It's one of my favorites, and even though I have a plethora of Electron boxes, I still will use it because I just love the immediacy and fun. And it does some things that are super cool. And EasyBot, just the other day, if you guys are in the Electron universe and follow that, did a video on the model cycles, which really surprised me because he's usually like all about, I mean, he used the Octatrack forever, obviously, but like, I don't know, it was just really cool to just see the cycles make an appearance. I would really, really like to see Electron do an update on those model series, a firmware update, or even, a 2.0, Mark II. Would be awesome to see, but it was cool. It's cool to see old gear get love because I don't think like this culture of like gear lust and all that of just thinking like, oh, my old thing's obsolete. Like, oh, a new Pulsar 23 comes out tomorrow. Oh man, I gotta get it. This thing's no good anymore, right? Like my MPC's no good. My old Digitac's no good anymore because there's a new one out, and I just don't buy into that. You know what I mean? There's people using Octatrack MK1s and just like killing it on it. There's people using like old gear from the 90s and 80s and stuff from the 2000s that there's been way more modern things and doing amazing. Just because there's a new piece of gear, it doesn't mean that like, and I've talked about this, I know, quite a bit before, but it's something that kind of bothers me, and it's really refreshing to see people using stuff. Noir's been making some amazing videos lately. Really good to see him doing stuff on the main channel again. He's quite a while that he kind of didn't do a whole lot. Just a couple videos a year, I think, on maybe some pedals and different things. But his videos are always so enjoyable to watch. Huge fan. If you're not following Noir, you're totally blown it. He's one of the best on YouTube. But yeah, let me jump in. Sorry, I went on a little rant there after you got me really thinking about a Dave Smith instrument. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Tone Smith? Upstate, downstate. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Senor Tagna de Bologna. Let's see. Profit 8 does me right and half the price of the Rev 2. The Profit 8, huh? I haven't really looked, or is that Profit? Yeah, that's 8 you were on there, right? Yeah, sorry. Couldn't tell if it's 6. I'm a little bit far from the screen. But, yeah, that's one I haven't looked a whole lot into. Maybe I should check that out. Half the price of the Rev 2. Is that the one that gets, like, I don't know, has gotten, like, some criticisms before, but then some people say is amazing? Or is that the 600 I'm thinking of? I forget. There's a few of them. Let's see. Poly Evolver. Yes, dude. That would be the ultimate dream, Larry. Even the Mono Evolver I would take. Poly Evolver would be like the ultimate one that I would like to have. Synthetic has one. He was doing a live stream a while back with it, and like, yeah, that's been like, it just keeps going up and up in price. If they were smart, they reissued the Prophet 5, right? Like, I know Dave's gone, so it's hard to say reissue anything. But man, if they reissued the Poly Evolver, they'd sell the shit out of it. Let's see. I can see you with Prophet 5. Great compliment to your family. Yeah, I think so too. I think if I was going to do it, I would probably, instead of getting the full keyboard Prophet 5, I'd probably get like a desktop Prophet 10. I've seen a couple good deals a while back on, I don't know if it's on Reverb or the Sweetwater U site. Might even been on a Perfect Circuit. One of them, like a used one that I was like, I was tempted. But it was still pricey, I was like, I don't want to justify, like, to myself trying to spend that kind of money on one piece of gear when I'm so spoiled as it is with what I have. and it's hard to justify it. And I don't want to sit there and go, oh, but it's a Dave Smith. But I mean, eventually I could see like, so my thing in the future is if I buy more gear, which I'm sure I will at some points, it's going to be, I think one good piece a year is the limit. The limit. One good, hey, Christian. If you've never seen this movie, it fucking rules. Quentin Tarantino got he sold, this is his screenplay. He got the money to make Pulp Fiction Reservoir Dogs, from selling the script to this. I always wonder what kind of movie it would be if he had directed it instead of Tony Scott. But it has one of the greatest scenes ever in all of cinema with Dennis Hopper and Christopher Walken. That is just an absolutely one of the greatest scenes of all cinema ever. Good stuff. But yeah, if you've never seen this film, it's literally I'd put it in my top 3 movies ever made. That's just me. Let's see. I wake up in the middle of the night with cold sweats, thinking about the Paul Evolver. Damn, Larry. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. If that's definitely like a holy grail scent to me. I totally can relate. Better than the meat sweats. Let's see. What about the Tempest? The Tempest is still on my radar. And I would see that in a different kind of light and range than say the a Prophet 10 or Prophet 5 or a Paul Evolver. It's super cool. I mean, Tempest will definitely eventually be in my studio. That's one I will get. I dropped the ball on a special one at a great price, and I kicked myself for it. And maybe in the next year. But I'm kind of set with the drum machines at the moment with this thing coming in. And I'll just go over a little bit more in the chat, guys, and then we'll listen to the beat on the way out. Let's see, Bro 1. It's pretty unique sounding. Yes. Yeah. Probes, I don't know, another mono I can't do another mono synth. I have too many. Can see you with sorry. Yeah, the Bro 1. I mean, that's one that everybody says is one of the best sounding ones, along with the the Model D and the Cobalt. The Cobalt is my favorite. And actually, I thought about a Pro 1, but settled on the Cobalt expander, which I'm quite happy with. Let's see, the Form as a 4-voice mono synth sounds good. Like the Mofo X4, yes, which is a dope one. I've thought about getting that one many times too. 4-voice mono. That's how I look at it. Yeah, synth fun. That makes perfect sense. It's basically like everybody says it's got a very Pro 1 vibe, but with 4 voices. But yeah, the Mofo X4, dude. I've had those in my cart on refurb multiple times. I'd love to get one of those. Don't see much about the Poly Evolver. No, I mean the people who have them are usually like more on the collector side or high end. People, that's a badass synth though. There was one guy who had one and did some videos with it for a while. I can't think of his name. I haven't watched one of his videos in a long time. I'm not a huge fan of his channel, but sometimes he shows stuff. But Synthetic has one. He made a great live stream kind of demonstrating it. Poly Evolver is fucking dope. The Mono Evolver, he was saying, Synthetic said you can, I think, with like polychain Mono Evolvers and get like multiple voices on them, but that'd be a lot of Mono Evolvers to get. What is the Poly Evolver? Six voices, maybe? I'm not sure. Might even be less. I don't know. Let's see. I think it's got to be at least 6, right? Let's see. What's your main go-to now? Tactical. Oh, you're talking tactical. Yeah. Tactical says I went down to 5 machines, and that's a lot. Yeah, dude. That's smart, Tactical, because you're settling on just key ones that you really like. Fine tuning, honing in on your setup. Mad respect for that. That's the way to do it, I think, to be really productive and like spur your creativity and to become a master at the machines you have, that's key, is to learn your gear like inside and out, and doing it, just having a set 4 or 5 pieces is probably, a couple cents, a drum machine, sampler, that's really all you need. a groove box, whatever. You know what I mean? It can be whatever you're into, and everybody has different stuff they like. But yeah, I think that's smart, dude, to kind of hone in to reel it in and have just a small, tighter, doper setup. So props on that. That MC707 looks really sick. Sounds amazing too. Let's see. Pulsar time. You want me to turn to? Here we go. All right. Sorry. What's up, Mike? Not gonna care. I live vicariously through anyone else's gas. Oh, you got the analog 4? Nice. Here, we'll turn this up for a minute. I'm gonna go into some different territory here. Oh shit. out of cables. That means the stream might have to end, I guess. I'll catch up a little bit, but yeah. What's up, Max? Quantum Wave State. What's up, man? Drone it out. Dear Lord. Whoa. Sounds like my test equipment into the world machine. It is summoning the devil, isn't it? That's insane. Alright, let's try and get back. Take some of this down some. Yeah, alright. I think that's enough for this patch. I'm going to have to get it back to where I had it earlier if I can. But, yeah, read some of the more what you guys have to say. I appreciate y'all chilling out, hanging out. So let's see. We got missed some comments. Max Slack jumped in. I think so. What's up, Michael? Electronic Composers here. Who else we got? A couple other people jumped in. Yeah, I appreciate you guys all being here. Let's see. Try and get caught up. I think I missed some comments. Apologize, guys. Trying to get to everybody. Let's see. Yeah, just set up a newer laptop, 2014. My dad reacting myself to the same plugins just on a regular new machine. Okay, nice. Analog. Oh, you got your analog rhythm. That's right. Dope. It's what I'm building the past 6 years. Sweet, dude. Hell yeah. TCO was playing with an Ensoniq ESQ1 the other day. It was cool. I missed that. Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check that out. I've always wanted to wait. Is that's the same one that he's had for a little while, right? Or was that another old synth? I remember a while back he got one, but I don't think it was the SQ1. I might be wrong though. I like old Ensoniq stuff. I'm a huge fan of Ensoniq. That company ruled. I wish they were still around or like doing stuff. I have an ASRX Pro that I love. That's I should put that on the video. Get Jervis used his ASRX recently, a week or two ago, maybe longer, on his live stream. And Synth Addict also broke his Pro out. He's got the Pro. I've never. I don't think I've ever done a live stream with it. It's in a couple old videos, but I have it right over to the left over here. It's a staple, and I use it for sound processing a lot. I just think it sounds amazing. But loving Sonic stuff. So let's see, Pulsar time. Yeah, so that's when I jumped back in. Good to see you in here, Mike. Digatone for polyphony, but also bass, like Cowboy Outlaw. Nice. Hell yeah. Probe says most of my VST tracks and 4 parts max plus drums Awesome. Yeah. Um. Okay. Sheet to electron colt. Let's see. You kill off all your Akai? No, I still got my MPC XSE. I have that in a separate area of the house with my turntable and the SP404. It's where I don't really like always just make music on it like I used to, like tracks that I really, put out or whatever. But I use it. I still like to just like kick back with coffee and sample some vinyl, and that's something that I can't do on the stream, unfortunately, because I'll get copyright striked. Um, but you know what? I actually like started putting aside a little collection of records that I'm like 99% sure I wouldn't get copyright striked for. Some old like Christian records and different stuff. You never know though. Whoops. Sorry if you guys could hear that. What the hell? Okay, but yeah, I have an MPC one also, original that I never got rid of. I probably should have sold it before became practically worthless. Let's see. Let's see. So analog rhythm has given me a way of thinking with resampling drums and chopping sounds. Nice. Hell yeah, dude! The analog rhythm and the analog 4. That's a beastly setup there. Tactical with the MC707. So I got my Akai MPC, but I'm keeping it for stem separation and sample. Yeah, that's cool. But I get things that Akai can't on Electron, right? Yeah, I'm a fan of both worlds, but I'm not gonna be getting any of the new Akai stuff. I'm set with my X. My XSE is I don't see needing to upgrade from that anytime. Like I don't care about all the new stuff. It does exactly what I need it to. So I will sample on the Akai Force. Oh, well, for sure. That's in Force. Stem separation. Hang on. Let me come over here and see if I can. All right. Things sound so cool. Thanks, Tone Smith. Yeah, dude. I've been really loving this thing. It's pretty crazy. Caught my eye with scrolling. Can you explain exactly what's happening? Are you sampling movies? No. This is Quantum Wave State. Thanks for being here. For your question. This is just a analog drum machine synthesizer. This is just the movie in the game here is just for some eye candy, so you're not just looking at my hands and the machine. One of my all-time favorite movies here in an old Atari 2600 game. And on VHS no less. I was so hyped when I found this at a thrift store. It was like just for put it on a shelf display because I love that movie so much. But no, this is just a crazy Russian, or not Russian. What is Vlad? What country is it from? Soma, Eastern European company, Soma Laboratories, that made this device, the Pulsar 23. It's just a crazy. Use these banana clips, and I was just experimenting, making a beat, if you will, or whatever you want to call it. So let's see, 23 analog drum synthesis, movies and games. Yeah. That's right, Matt knows. By the way, I'm getting the Novation. The Launch Control 3. Right on, man. Hell yeah. As soon as it gets out. Sweet. Tech, I've been eyeing that also. Yeah, that one looks cool. I'm going to have to... I haven't seen like much on the 3. I haven't watched a video or nothing on it. I'll check it out. I'm pretty set for MIDI controllers, I think, at the moment, but I'm always willing to entertain new ones. Tone Smith, 30 seconds. Got the MPC, trigger my MC707 scatter, so I don't need to jump to that window, so I guess I can program this controller anyway, right? Nice. Oh, yeah. I almost want something simpler, but the idea of having set knobs per function for the ToneVerk is appealing. I feel you there. Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to figure out the right controller I want to use with ToneVerk, too. I wish it had MPE. I wish I can use the Linspring with it, but I wish I could they really, it's kind of, at least I don't think they do, to my knowledge. I don't think it does. But it's kind of sad that I think in this day and age that Electron hasn't embraced at least adding MPE as something that can be used for an external device like mini synths have, But oh well, is what it is. ToneVerk's super dope, so I'm not going to complain too much. Exactly same thing for me. Nice. Trader's back. Yes, sir. Good to see you, Michael. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, sir. I'm thinking about using the MPC to do multiple MIDI CC stacks for the electrons. Nice. Interesting. Yo, this is cool. I'm trying to get Perkins HTO1. Oh, hell yeah. Perkins is amazing. I love the Perkins, the HTO1 Quantum. Super, super dope drum machine. It can be done. Monetary switch. Let's see. I can't get the MPC because the MIDI implementation is crazy. You can't get rid of it. Yeah, same. There's a number of reasons I keep my MPC. I love my XSE. To me, it's like if I would have bought a 3000, I'd probably still be using that, or like a 4000 or 5000. I'd probably just have that on as my MPC. And to me, that's the X. I don't know that I'll ever need another one again. It does everything that I want my MPC to do. It's got the sequencing capabilities, which I love on the MPC, the sequencer. And it samples and chops samples really good. So I'm pretty happy. I don't see ever needing to upgrade unless it breaks or something. It sounds like it's something you've seen. I read that earlier. I love that one. I did, dude. I was thinking, I was like, this sounds like the apocalypse, like this is the end of the world. Trader to the frequencies. Yeah, I always love your you come up with really good ones there. Electronic composer. That's crazy. Thanks for the stream. Just stumbled in. Hey man, thank you. I appreciate you joining in. It's I try and do these at least once a week. Depends on my schedule, but I've been just on gear. Just we sit here and we talk and hang out, bullshit, talk about gear and jam out a little bit. But yeah, guys, I really, really appreciate y'all hanging out. Russian distributed through Poland. Okay, that makes sense. Really cool stuff what they're doing over there at Soma. They got another new device. I saw some video for some prototype. I just really think what they do is super cool, outside the box. Like I said, the Lyra, I could see a green, the same kind of color Lyra next to this down the road. I mean, I saw one for like $700 or something used, 6 or 7. I could see it down the line, having it, because I would love. I really just, it's just a different. It's a different feel, different approach, and it inspires me differently than my other synthesizers and my other drum machines and stuff. It's just it's got a cool, it's unique, and I think pairing this with the Voltage Lab 2 here soon, maybe, I don't know if I'm quite ready yet I think I'm going to bring in a smaller device, because I want to get into clocking it and sending it other things, but knowing that I can send other CVs and different things here, and then opening up all that, can open up all of the, my Moogs, all the mother, the subharmonica, and the labyrinth and stuff, and be able to send that. Imagine the wild stuff you can get with, because you get all of these can be a new modulation sources and all that stuff. So it's gonna get nuts, I know, down the road. So before I do all that and get like over ahead of myself and confused and lost, because I'm not Johnny Modular Eurorack guy, even though I know a lot about patching and stuff, like when it gets this in depth, with the amount of capabilities of mixing this with other machines, I just I want to make sure that I'm really well versed in this thing before I start implementing other gear in it. So I'll just start with something small, like and clocking and stuff, and maybe sequencing it from something else, because the sequencer's cool, the looper's cool, but I do think I could get more elaborate, like Matt was talking about, using the KeyStep Pro to sequence it. It seems like he used the Beat Step, but I have a KeyStep. Yeah, so more experimentation on the way, guys. I'll do another stream soon with it. I don't know about this weekend. I plan to just do some recording and some experimenting. But before I turn it off, I need to get back to that one patch and record a little bit of this, because I think I'm pretty confident I could program in, because it's off the clock dividers. I think I could turn this off and turn it back on, and probably have the same thing. But I've done that and it hasn't worked out the way I wanted, and I've lost some things that I didn't record. So just in case, I'm going to open up Studio One and I don't know, just record a few minutes of this beat, because I thought some of it was cool. But let's see. I think you need a good investment Oh, you made a good investment. Yeah, thanks, man. Thank you. I waited, dude, for years till I found like a really good deal used. Because I've wanted this thing for a long time. I've been curious about the Lyra. Yeah, the Lyra, it seems really cool. There's a few people who I've seen use them that I follow that have been using them for years. That I now after having this, I'm really more intrigued even by the to check out the Lyra. See, subharmonicon is great. Oh, one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, running into those. I use the sequencers for extra modulation. Awesome. Yeah, dude, I'm excited to implement this over. So behind me from my main, so I have my desk with my computer where I kind of prop stuff up here for videos and stuff. But behind me, I have like, it's not a Euro rack, but my modular area with my Moogs and the Voltage Lab 2 and the BARP 2600, and this is gonna fit in nicely over there, I think, and I'm pretty hyped. But yeah, Michael, you got some harmonicon too. Yeah, dude, I love it. It's one of my most treasured synthesizers in my studio, and as you guys know, I have quite a few. It's not for everyone. I've told people that. Some people, you either love it or you don't really get it. I'm glad that you've gotten along well with it, Michael. I think it's just an amazing. Nothing sounds like the subharmonicon. Well, except the Behringer clone or whatever they call the Spice. Probably is the closest thing. Obviously, it's a clone of it. So, but yeah, subharmonicon's always. It's just an absolute beautiful, crazy. Another happy accident machine for me. I'll just stumble on something. I've been enjoying patching it with the Labyrinth lately. Labyrinth has become kind of my percussion little beast over there. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. It's getting to be 7 here. I'm sure everybody's waiting for me out there to have dinner. Been in here longer than I told them I would. It happens sometimes. But I really appreciate you guys all hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the craziness. Yeah, fun machine. Look forward to more exploration and some more streams. But I hope you guys all have a really good weekend. Spring is officially here today, I guess. It's the first day of spring. I hope it's going to be a good one for you. Be good to yourselves, as always. Be good to other people. This world is a fucked up place, and a little kindness goes a long way. PMA, positive mental attitude, all day, every day, guys. All that jazz. All right, you guys take care. Peace.